All right, folks, this is gonna finish it off for my Axial EXO build. Finally, wheels and tires. Here's what they give you. This is a rear, this is a front. They look the same. They have the same tread pattern on them. It's a licensed tread design from Hankook. It's Dynapro MT is the tread design on it. It's a little bit of a rubbery compound, kind of like the stock compound that came on the ready-to-run Wraith. I believe it's the same. Rubber. It's a little bit soft. You know, it's not a bad, super hard compound, but it's a little bit more for long-lasting and a little bit of cheapness. Has a little bit of tread design on the side too, so that's just a cool thing. They look good. They are not beadlocks. Here's one of the wheels. It's just a standard, essentially a standard short course wheel. And I'm just going to reach over here and grab a short course wheel from Proline. You can see it's exactly the same dimensions. And I'll put up another video where I show you the compatibilities and incompatibilities between standard wheels and tires and these. The fronts are narrower. So there you can see the difference between a rear and a front. So they did that, I believe, mostly just for scale looks, and I think it's cool to have a different option, especially for doing these buggies. And even if you want to do a custom one based on another chassis, to have this narrow option there, it gives you a good look. And the offset has a lot of positive offset, meaning it narrows the track or the width of the vehicle. That's what positive offset is, technically speaking. From the full-scale world, so it's closer to what the Losi 10TE uses compared to the old standard of the slash rear or 4x4. So very easy to mount these up. They fit very well. They do have open cell inserts. They're fairly firm though, which is probably not the best combination to have the firm inserts with the relatively stiff rubber, but I'll go with it. I'll see how well they do. It is a four-wheel drive vehicle, so tires don't need to be quite as perfect and super grippy. I will glue these off camera and come back and mount them up. Booyaka, booyaka! 4 tires for the win, for the Axial, for the EXO. Where is it? Right here. And after all that drama, now you just take it off in very non-dramatic style. One last little mini bag. I guess I lied before I opened, saying I opened up the last bag. There's another bag inside of that bag that I had not yet opened. And this one has the wheel hexes and drive pins and some little set screws and such. Aluminum hexes that have a nice design to them. Let's see if I can get this to focus up close. Stop focusing in the background. Think about the foreground. There you go. So there's a little bit, these radial ridges on there help to actually bite into the wheel itself just a little bit. It just gives a little bit more grip to help prevent stripping. And then your drive pins are just the standard little straight guys that are just going to go right through. But this is going to go on sideways to that, and it gets captured. It actually gets held in place with a little set screw. So I'll just get this ready, get a set screw ready, and thread lock. Don't forget thread lock compound, very important here. You do not want to be losing these things and having them back off and drop your drive pins while you're just driving around. And that stuff is very corrosive. This will just capture that on. I'll do that 4 times. Now for some wheels and tires. Good lock nuts. I felt a lot of pressure on there. Definitely good nylon rings. I appreciate that. I hate it when wheel nuts are cheap and they back out easily. And these do thread way past the ends. You've got plenty of extra thread just sticking out there. Boom, boom. Yeah, the party done. That is why I bought this thing. That. Oh, it looks so hot. Oh God. Yes. Get that out of the way. That is the Axial EXO Terra buggy, ladies and gentlemen. And man, getting to this point was an ordeal. Wow, that suspension's kind of soft. Oh man, it's underdampened, and that's even without a battery in it. Definitely underdampened there. Front's a little bit underdampened too. Darn, I was hoping that the stock setup would work well, but meh, I will try it. It still looks so good. A lot of points of the build that I did not enjoy. Definitely took a long time. Folks out there considering getting an EXO as your very first ever kit to build yourself, I recommend against it. This is not a good starter kit unless you're quite mechanically inclined yourself and you are prepared to do some modifications on your own, step outside of the boundaries of the instructions and figure out how to overcome obstacles that are not covered by said instructions. It's also a long one, a really, really long one. If you get anything wrong, or if you need to, let's say, change your gearing because you didn't have the perfect gearing to start with, or Lord forbid you are out driving and your very first time and screw wasn't quite down quite enough on the motor mount, and it starts to back out and your motor slips away a little bit, and if you got thread lock on it or something, and you just need to adjust that. Well, you can't, not without taking out 18 screws of 5 different types to remove your shocks and the entire roll cage body assembly thingy stuff and such. But hey, it looks awesome. Whoa, come back here. Looks awesome. Here's the access to the battery. It's from here and from here. Yep. There's also just no, I guess I mentioned before, there's no way that air is going to get in there to cool your electronics or your battery. Oh, that doesn't look fun. It's supposed to be super easy, but you got to go around this corner here and then kind of fit it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do a separate video just on the process of fitting a battery inside and out. So I guess this is one way that you can at least check the temperature, right, on the motor and possibly on the ESC. You take the battery out and then you just access the space through there. Get your little temp probe in there, or stick a pinky finger in. There it is. Okay, well, it's cold so far. That's good. Not overheating yet. Axial, EXO, Terra, Buggy, everybody. Thank you very much for persisting through all of these build videos. And next up, I've got to take my little studio photos to get some beauty shots of the thing. But pretty soon, I will be putting some power through this thing and seeing how it actually drives in the real world. And I am hoping that with the 2 updates that they've done, one before the initial release and one after the release and subsequent recall, that this thing will actually be pretty durable right now and will drive pretty well too, because I really want it to, because I love the look of it, and I hope to be very proud of it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you again soon.